Hello, and welcome to another episode of Solo No More. I'm your host, Catryce, and today I kind of just want to talk about, you know, kind of a little bit of burnout prevention, but at the same time, really how, finding the balance between when to push yourself and when to take a step back and kind of let yourself breathe. So, when I got home from the Dominican Republic, within I want to say 48 hours of being home, I was ill. And everything kind of just started stacking on top of itself. At first, my stomach hurt and I felt like I had a stomach bug. Then my period came. Then I got a head cold. Then I got food poisoning. And I've spent the last week and a half really confined to my apartment for the most part. And it's been about a week and a half, and I would say about half of that time was spent just sleeping and taking baths and showers, trying to eat, not throw up, these types of things. Like I was just in full on survival mode, and I was just trying to make myself feel better because I felt so cruddy. So cruddy. It sucked because, nothing is worse as a business owner than to get super sick right before Black Friday because I was so excited for Black Friday. I had all these plans and I had spent a lot of time leading up to my trip, helping out my clients and helping them get ready for Black Friday. And I was like, okay, as soon as I get home from the DR, I'm going to be taking care of my own business. I'm going to be finally scheduling out emails and getting things done. And in the state that I was in, I could not do any of that. I could barely look at my phone because my eyes hurt so much anytime that I would look at my phone for a long period of time. And when I say a long period of time, I mean like longer than 5 minutes. And then on top of that, it was like I couldn't even think because when my brain tried to think hard or critically think on something, my brain would hurt, which would also hurt my eyes. So I just kind of was like stuck in the state of being like, well, we just have to surrender. I have to surrender. And so, really, I'm glad that I did that. And then I'm also glad that as I've started to feel better, I would say the last 3 to 4 days, I've started to feel better. I wouldn't say that I'm 100% yet. But instead of getting better and immediately being like, I'm so behind, I need to get things done, I was like, you know what? I'm going to surrender. I'm going to just let things be how they're going to be. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, one, you shouldn't put all of your eggs in the Black Friday basket. Like, your success as a business should not rely solely on Black Friday through Cyber Monday. But also the fact that, I was, rushed to try to get things done for Black Friday or give myself some time to, recoup, to actually recoup, and then just plan a better, a different promo, a better promo time for myself because obviously Black Friday was going to be rushed. It was going to be thrown together. And I'll be completely honest with you. I've been running my Black Friday deal, which I've just been focusing on captured media for Black Friday. I've been running my Black Friday deal all November long. I've been running my deal since actually Halloween. So very end, very, very lower of October. So I was like, okay, would rather wrap that up, and just have it more be on a back end. So what I've been doing is that when people join the ESN trial, then I offer them a discounted membership rate if they join. So I've been running the deal all month long. It was just going to be this more public, hey, sign up now for a regular membership and it'll be this much. But really it just came down to where do I want to be spending my energy? And as I'm starting to feel better, do I really want to overwhelm myself with the stress of trying to be ready for Black Friday? And I love Black Friday. Black Friday, my favorite holiday is Halloween, but ultimately at the end of the day, I just haven't, I'm going to be honest, I haven't had the money to really commit to Halloween the last few years. So I've loved Black Friday. I love Black Friday because I love that I can go get like restock on all my hair care products for the year type of deal all in one day. That's really why I like Black Friday. Like the deals are amazing, but I'm way more of a what do I actually need in my day-to-day life versus a let me go splurge. One day I will splurge, but we are not financially in a place for that right now, especially as I get ready for my wedding. That is where my money is going towards. But really all this to say, you know, you have a lot of choices in your life as a human, as a business owner, as anything. Like you just have, there's a lot of choices. And you have to really think about how you're spending your energy because that is going, like, that is how you spend your time today affects how you spend your time tomorrow and so on. And so, when I got better, it would have been not, it just wouldn't have been easy, but it would have been my normal like to just go right back into work. And I have spent this last week, like this last work week, just kind of sitting. I'm recording this on a Saturday, by the way. But I've spent this last week just kind of being like, okay, I'm going to ease back into it. I'm going to just show up for my clients. I'm going to show up for myself here and there. But I'm primarily just going to show up for my clients and I'm going to help them get through things. And then when I feel better, like 100%, like I still have a cough, I still wake up with like a bit of a sore throat in the morning, I find that I am still sleeping through the majority of the day. Okay, maybe not the majority of the day, but I'm sleeping through like half the day. Like if Reese is at work for 8 to 9 hours, I spend 3 to 4 of those hours sleeping every day. And so really I'm not 100% yet. And so I think that ultimately is a reminder that things can adapt, things can change. You don't have to be so rigid. Like, yes, I was so excited to run a big Black Friday sale, but it didn't work out in the sense that, like, I just didn't have the capacity. Like, I physically did not have the capacity to do it. And so, what I'm doing is I'm just looking at my calendar. I'm like, okay, where does it make sense? Where does it make sense for me to do a promo push? What does that timeline look like versus trying to rush and get everything done? And I think that as business owners, sometimes we forget we have that kind of control. Like, we run the business, we are in charge of everything, we control the timeline. And so, really, when it comes to like preventing burnout, I think the biggest thing to look at is like, what do you have control of? And how can you shift things so then you aren't spending time and energy on something that may not really, I'm not going to say bring you joy, but like really isn't going to get you as far as you would like it to. Like me rushing to get my Black Friday stuff done was possible. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I would have felt so burnt out. I would have been so tired. I would have been so exhausted. Could have gotten myself sick again for all we know. And so, really, it's like looking at that and then also being able to listen to your body and be like, okay, my body needs rest. Like, I was sick. I started feeling better, like better enough to start like being on my phone and on the laptop and like actually doing things. My body still needed rest. My body needed time to still like heal. So really it's like listening to that and not pushing and then being able to look at the big picture, look at your calendar and be like, okay, how can I adjust things to take care of myself? That's really all I have for you today. Thanks for tuning in and I will chat with you next time.